Hello everyone and welcome back to Neopets, the Darkest Faerie. Today we're continuing our side quest journeys and pretty much wrapping up everything that we are able to do extra before we return to Meridel and continue on with the main story. So today we're starting with pretty much the big outlier when it comes to all of the quests, the Shadowglen Treasure that we got in Market Town. This is our final treasure chest that we need to get in the area, and the last time that we're actually going to return to this place. I'm going to be saying goodbye to a lot of places at this point. And then, let's see how lucky... I'm going to be actually pretty lucky when it comes to the energy fruit. Not like I'm going to use a whole lot, but I do want to keep my Turmac in tow, because we're going to do a lot of traveling. So we're going to switch from the Shadowglen Woods to the Wereloop Woods in order to do a few things that are inside of here. One being collecting the treasures, because we have 2 treasure chests in order to get. One being in the woods and one being in the sinkholes, and we also have a package that needs delivering to Sophie. There's also another thing I also want to do, just because of, well, what happened in the sinkholes that I pointed out last video. I wanted to check another area. So get a starting egg. Always good for a little bit more magic. And then we need to find the right area in order to actually get into the sinkholes. The treasure is in that southeast corner, in this specific area of the sinkholes. So we can at least get over there. Yeah, keep going. Okay. I think I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again, where the sinkholes are a little bit weird because other than the occasional spider that may appear again, thank you for the great camera angle, a lot of the enemies just don't respawn in this area. They just leave a Bagus behind in where the actual enemy would be placed beforehand. So, like, here's another Bagus, and then all the sludgies are also replaced by Bagus as well. With those out of the way, now we can go and take Sophie's grass money and then head in and give her her package.
Hey!
And say bye to her one last time. Heyo. The one thing that's really annoying when it comes to feeding the Turmac is because the Turmac is such a speedy little devil and loves circling around everywhere, it's kind of hard to get the button prompt to stay long enough for you to press it. A mold spoor? Oh, a mold spoor? Might as well try it. Gives you better intestinal fortitude. Oh well. Well, we did our job. So we get paid another 400 Neo points for our service. And with that, we can actually return to the Treasure Guild whenever we need to in order to get another quest. Because there's more than one guild person there. So the last thing I actually want to do is actually head back to the Crypt of the Exiles, because I mentioned back when we explored this place that we only got 8 out of the 9 treasure chests there, even though we opened up 9. Now that treasure count is fixed. So somewhere around the line, there was a treasure chest that we opened between then and now that counted towards that treasure count. Not sure where. Now we're going to head to the Step Plateau, feed my Turmac some more, and pick up our wonderful pink posies. This is the only place that you're able to get them. And then the other thing we need to do is find that treasure, which is actually up on the top here, where all the flower monsters actually are. I like them spitting stuff at me. And then we gotta find where the... Oh, it's right there. Excuse you. I'm here to pick up a treasure. Look at all the money I'm getting. None for you. All for me. Here we go. Always a good chunk to get. I also decided to actually go back to Bogshot in order to see if there was anything different happening around there. And I'm glad I did, because, well, you can see that Hank here is actually up and around and actually looking healthy from the last time we saw him. Doing the two quests, the main and the side quest, in order to get him healthy, helps a great deal. Also means that the apothecary is, well, empty, except for him. But at least he's content. And looks exactly the same as the other guy. Couldn't even be a different color either. He's the exact same color, almost in the exact same dress. Hey, let's wave. He's my waving buddy. It's always good to talk to Brendel as well. He's fixed a whole lot of bridges for us. He also divulges in a secret. He doesn't make a whole lot of bricks, he just takes them from the ruins in the swamp. So with all that said and done, let's head back to the Traders Guild. And see that we have another guildsman who wants to talk in order to deliver another package. Some spare parts to a tinkerer, Hubert. You're telling me that I have to go from Market Town all the way back to Tor's farm. Thank you. I always wanted to do another lap of that again. Luckily, I can just cut through Meridel at this point. But while we're in Market Town, we also might as well drop in on our pink posy girl. You can give the pink posies, right? Apparently not. We have to give the posies to her personally. Isn't that great? And for that, we get a silver neg as our reward. I'll keep them forever. I absolutely won't rip them to pieces in silent anger. Yay! There's all of this dialogue always. It's like, I could probably make you a deal. He never lowers his prices. They're the same from when I checked them last time. Yeah. Okay, so after doing another lap of the world, we can get back to the Tor's farm yet again, and we notice that there's actually some different dialogue for some of the people. Please ignore the Termac spazzing between them. He'll get out of it. There you go. He's out of it. Yeah, so if you wanted to get that girlfriend talk, you have to do it immediately after you liberate Tor's farm. I also leave this in, talking to Patricia, because there's some weird lines or words that are in her dialogue that I don't know why they changed them between Tor and Roberta. The only thing I can think of is that they just kind of typed out two different versions of lines and said, hey, let's use both since they're both typed. So, now we can talk to Hubert and deliver the package, and mentions how apparently Roberta and Tor are now delivering packages again. And Hubert's another person in this very specific circumstance that if you talk to him with Roberta and then with Tor and reload the game beforehand and do the quest over again, he talks differently depending on who you actually delivered the package with. See, Roberta is all nice and proper with it. Tor, on the other hand, it's... What, you're delivering packages again? I thought you were a knight. Just give me the box. He's very straightforward and a little bit more, peeved when it comes to everything. So, magically he's able to put it together, and it's actually a spyglass. Which we need to bring to Douglas in Draken Ridge. Of course, Dad is always worried. And then just for reference, here's the Hunter Spyglass that's in our inventory, because it's the only chance we actually get to see it. Which means that we have to take a trip all the way to Douglas. He doesn't say much, only this one line. As good as new, thank you, and gives us 2,000 Neopoints for our troubles. If we talk to him again, though, we do have an extra 22 Draconac Fangs. He won't be happy that we actually have them, so I'm just gonna bolt. Keep the fangs as a souvenir. So that brings us to the Brightvale coast. Of course, the two things that we need to do here are 1, the treasure chest, and 2, the Rathbone family crypts, the new dungeon that we're finally able to get into, because now it's unlocked. So the bandits are here, I might as well see if I can get any Neopoints around. Not bad. Oh, there's one guy across the bridge there. Except that he's going to block all of my attacks as Roberta. Great. Eat boulder. Eat boulder, jeez. Oh, silver egg. It's kind of annoying when a lot of side quests that involve you traveling around constantly give silver eggs when they can also drop from regular enemies as well. It's a little bit annoying in that case. It's just like, what am I doing the side quest for anyway, other than for extra content? Oh well. Good money. Good money. So with that, let's head over to the cemetery once again and into the crypts. Still weird that this is the one place where it's like a seamless transition. I didn't do any editing of the sort. But now that we have the key, this will slide open for us. Yeah, well, I shouldn't complain too much. The Rathbone family crypts are... It's a really short little mini dungeon, but has some unique design to it. You don't see this really in anywhere else in the game, especially when it comes to the blue shadowing. And in order to continue further, you need to break down that cracked wall, which is the only piece of strange level design when it comes to this place. Like, you just have to look at the map and go, there's a lot north on this map that I could go to. How am I supposed to get there? And just notice the cracked wall. That's pretty much it. I do want to get a better look at this sarcophagus, though. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a Gellert, but from, like, immediately, like, face first, it doesn't really look like it a whole lot. Also, these crypts are a little bit weird when it comes into, like, ornate, well-built areas mixed with cave areas like this. Filled with the undead, of course, because why not? And again, unfortunate that they're not, like, Gellert undead, because that would make more sense in this area, much like the Wereloops would have made sense in the Wereloop Woods. But oh well. What we're really doing here is looting the place. They don't have much for us, though. And other than that one sarcophagus that's there, the rest of them are pretty, I guess, regular. But then again, we're going into, like, more rough and older areas of the crypts in order to find the Lineage book that Turin is looking for. So, it kind of makes sense. Although the area that's coming up is really cool looking. Not this area, though, but the one after it. What happened with the screen there? Okay. I don't even remember that transition there that actually has no meaning whatsoever. I guess it was supposed to mean that there was, like, a sneak attack happening? I don't even remember that. Shows how much I actually go into this area. Cool statue, though. Makes my time progression as we're going deeper into the crypts a little bit off, but okay. I like that my Termac goes everywhere with me. He'll go swimming. Doesn't matter where we're going, he's always happy. As long as he's being fed. I don't want to go that way, I want to go to the east. This area, right here. Through some caves, we're able to get into this area right here. Not sure where the lighting through the stained glass is actually coming from, but this is, I guess, the library that it's kept in the crypts. How it's stocked like this, I'm not sure, but it's really cool. It also comes with a rather uncommon enemy in the game. Spellbooks! Or living books, yeah, the biting spellbooks. These ones are really special too for this dungeon because every time you kill one of them, they'll drop 250 Neopets. This is almost guaranteed too. I've gone through this area a couple times in order to just familiarize myself with it again. And yeah, I've never seen them drop anything less or anything more than 250. Or nothing at all. They just do. So, good chunk of change. Always good. I'm looking to recoup my losses in any way, shape, or form. There are also some books that you can read on each of the levels of the shelves around here, but they're books that we've already seen, such as the crimes books or the undead book or whatnot, so there isn't anything new in here that we haven't already seen. Except they dodge annoyingly. Come on now, I don't want you in the wall because it's pretty annoying in order to pick up your loot. Maybe I'll have to melee a whole lot of them. Like, that was what I was afraid of. It would go into the wall. Oh well. I can make up for losses elsewhere. And then with that, there's that wonderful spotlight treasure right over there. And inside is what we're looking for. The Rathbone family lineage. Now we just need to bring this book back to Prince Turin all the way back in Market Town, and we're good to go. This proves he's a real prince. Somehow. I'm glad it's been updated and just kept in this crypt by someone else in his family. I guess by the king of wherever he comes from. It's never actually explained where he comes from either. What other kingdom could he come from in terms of the Neopets lore? I couldn't even begin to think of what that would be. And a Nova Mote. Okay. And with that, this area is all set and done. The Rathbone family crypts is a rather short, sweet, and special area when it comes to everywhere else. It's all up to you whether or not it was worth the wait in order to actually get the key in order to get up in here. Except the undead can go away. They're more in the way than they're actual threats anymore. Anyway, this will be the last time they're actually in the cemetery area. Seamless transition out, and we're good and on our way. We can head back to Market Town for a bunch of different reasons. Alright, Prince. You're an actual prince. I didn't look through the book, but I'm trusting you that this book is belonging to you and that you're not just an imposter. I like that he's just called, like, King Hagen's family stodgy. Oh. Now, we're supposed to get a reward here, saying that he was the luckiest prince around. We're supposed to get a 4-leaf clover from him, but we already have a maxed out clover meter on the left hand side there. So now we actually have confirmation that we can no longer get more 4-leaf clovers from everywhere. Max luck. That's always good to have. Now let's head into the Traders Guild. We've done 2 of the quests in here, and there's one more part to our delivery adventure. I have to talk to Griselda next. Hers is a bit of a strange one. We have to pick it up from someone else, and then drop it off elsewhere. She is not very specific about who it is and where, really. But we'll be able to figure that out. Because his name is apparently Red Jack, and he is around the lighthouse area of the coast. And since there's only really one person who's around here, we might as well talk to him, Isaac. Especially since the dialogue changes. I don't know. I like Isaac. I just like his demeanor. Self-preservation runs high in his family, so I'm not going to check it out. And we're the ones with weapons, so he says. So you're better suited in order to look in the basement once again. As we're dealing with our double stiffies on Roberta's head, we find our guy that we're able to talk to. A rogue. Except this is the only one that we're able to talk to. Red Jack. This package needs to be delivered immediately because he is a spy working undercover. Oh. Okay, that's what a rogue's insides look like. Okay. It's just black and then those eye models. Apparently there is a coup ready to happen where bandits are going to be taking over Brightvale Castle. We need to deliver this book to Sir Caherden, who is on the opposite side of the coast, near the city walls. Alright. Apparently we're only able to get it to him, which seems a little weird because these are supposed to be secret plans to take down the king, so wouldn't we just deliver them to the king so he knows about the coup possibly being happened against him? I don't know. It seems like it would be more appropriate to actually go to Brightvale Castle and bring them to him. I think we're going to do that instead. But first I need to set Isaac's mind at ease because, well, he's a lovely guy. He deserves it. He's afraid. He also talks about seeing someone pass the graveyard. Possibly Sir Caherden. Looks like it. He seems anxious. But anyway, let's head back to Brightvale Castle, and you'll notice a few things that are a little bit different. For instance, the Herald, who's apparently been hearing rumors about ruffians. This is the only time you're actually able to hear this dialogue as well, I believe. Yeah, it's strange. Especially when it comes to exploring elsewhere in the castle, things are subtly different. You might have noticed as we were talking to Harold one of those differences, but another one is actually going to the library. There's no one here. None of our passive-aggressive friends are around to talk to. And other than for a very specific place that we're going to not be going to in the castle for the time being, saving it for later, you'll immediately notice up here that King Hagen's gone. The guards don't have different dialogue in order to say anything about this. Where'd Hagen go? Even Dresden isn't around here, so yeah, I don't know if you were expected to come back here or not, or to follow the quest to a T. It's weird. So yes, going back here, we see our knight. Hey dude, checking out the ocean? Yeah, I stare out here and look at it sometimes, looking at the horizon. But we have something to give to you. He also addresses them both, so I feel like you're able to talk to him as both people. Except for this line here, where I feel like you should be Tor when talking to him, because of just, like, addressing her uncle. But no! It turns out Old Man Wiggins, Sir Caherden, is behind the coup. Apparently he has rights to the throne for some reason, and I'm not sure why, and is gonna have his entire bandit chums take us out, because we know the truth. Forget it, boulder time! We just easily get rid of them. The hardest thing about this fight is that they can all of a sudden just, like, gang up on you, and then you all of a sudden you have 4 to 5 enemies in order to take down. Except sometimes they just forget to fight you. Unless you engage them. So it's not even self-defense in this case. But now that we know what's happening and that Sir Caherden is a traitor, we need to get back to the castle. ASAP. Feed my Termac, though. Inside here, turning the camera. Oh no! There's bandits everywhere! Let's use the power of Supernova in order to actually make this fight completely winnable. Sorry for making it anticlimactic, but let's not have bandits shaking me left, right, and center, and just get to the point. Once you defeat the bandits, the coup is done. And so Hagen delivers a speech. The annoying thing I find here is that Sir Caherden is right over there. And that actually is him. It's not like a copy or anything. And so Hagen grants us one of the kingdom's most valued treasures. A silver neck. Really? I'm your uncle. My... You don't have anything else? You're supposed to be... I think you're supposed to be richer than that. I have the Market Town treasure, for God's sake. And then it ends in the way that all wonderful kid-friendly coups end. With a Scooby-Doo line. Yeah, I don't even think that Sir Caherden is actually gonna go to like jail for this. He's just gonna get like slapped upside the head and go like, don't do it again. He's right there, just so you know. He can hear you. Or maybe he can't. That's why he's here. Who knows? But now everybody's back from their momentary disappearance. And with that, that's actually the end of the Traders Guild quests. So once we're done with that, we can actually head back to the Traders Guild. And there's dialogue that's different for everybody because of what we managed to do in Brightvale.
Oh.
News is spread that the Traders Guild helped out, mainly us. I guess we mentioned at some point that we were honorary members of Market Town, and therefore Market Town got more favor for Brightvale. Which means more money for everybody. Just exactly what we were going for here. What was our goal? We were just supposed to be delivering packages. But hey, we saved the kingdom. Brightvale needed some sort of tension when everybody else was dealing with dark clouds.
Wow.
Wow. I'm so impressed.
Hooray! Wow.
Wow. Anyway, we're done with the Traders Guild. So there's one last thing we can do in order to wrap up all the things that we need to do, because that's all the side quests. But now we're at this point with Prince Turin that Brightvale dialogue has changed a little bit as well, talking about the wedding that's going to be happening between the prince and princess. Also mentioning that Market Town is free, too. Why?
Uh-huh.
At least he cares for our well-being.
Uh-huh.
Apparently there's been rumors around about Prince Turin not actually being a prince, and that he's a traveling, quote, prince. Let's also talk about Tor. Maybe you should talk to us directly, but he doesn't have anything to say directly to us. It's weird. And then good old Jillian, in order to lighten up our day, maybe I'll just lie in bed forever. Thanks, Jillian. You're always a ray of sunshine for everybody. Oh my god. Maybe he did have help, maybe he didn't.
Oh.
And then our favorite lady.
Oh. Huh?
Oh, excuse you? Tor doesn't really care about anything that you're doing.
Oh.
And that isn't going to happen for a little bit. Except when it comes to Sid over here. Hey, you want to try out the toughest challenge on our obstacle course? Oh wait, it's you. Get out of here. It's like he forgot that we existed. And then he instantly remembered. But yes, Meridell is still having a problem there. Everybody's gone mad in Meridell. Skarl is under a slave. But the last thing we can do is go back into Brightvale Castle once more, and we can finally see that Princess Donna and Prince Turin are together, finally. And that they can actually get their wedding underway, which apparently is going to be in Fairyland. It's going to be a little bit postponed, because I think Fairyland is also down as well. But it's good that we can end all of our side-questing journeys with happiness. And love and a long-standing side quest throughout the entire game finally being finished. Started with that golden rose, went through the love letters, went into actually getting the royal lineage actually sorted out, and we can finally head to a wedding. But next time, we're going to head into darkness. We're going to descend into Meridell. See you next time, everyone.